This is a mobile version of Coffee with Ken. Today we're going to talk about how to stop from your whole fucking team quitting. All right, I hope that got your attention. We're not really going to talk about stopping your team from quitting, but listen, I'm really liking these Coffee with Ken sessions, and if you are, say something in the comments, will you please? Like, go right down in there. If you want me to keep transparently saying the shit I'm going through building my companies, I'm happy to do it. I really think it will help anybody that is trying to start a business, that's struggling with a business, that's wanting to grow a business. But I'm not doing this just to freaking toot my own horn. I'll keep having these conversations as long as I know somebody's getting some value out of it. That's really what it comes down to. And I'll tell you what I was thinking of. Right now, I'm driving over to one of our construction projects. So I got about 10 minutes. And in the company, we're growing really fast. We just broke 30 employees in our 4 different businesses that are active. And we put together a business plan that in the next 12 months, we're going to double to 60 employees. Revenue, we had our best month of revenue ever in January. We did 3 times more than we did in December, and it's scaling. We're winning awards for how we're doing. But in the middle of what sounds like amazing success, there's more headache than ever. And so the piece of advice I want to give you first. Today's episode is brought to you by the more animals in the barn, the more doo-doo to deal with. That's what, I think that a CEO of a company, the founder of a company, I think that every CEO that wants to build $1 billion business, I think you need to go get a therapy degree. I think we all need to just remember that we're dealing with people. So the way I build my business is I'm focusing all of my attention on the people. And if you didn't watch the first 2 Coffee with Ken episodes, go back and watch them, because in the first episode, I told you guys all about, this decision that I made to let Tammy Stanley become the president of my companies and basically in charge of all my companies so I could focus on being the CEO and motivating people and, staying up at 10,000 feet and overseeing things and letting her deal with the day-to-day. And I disclosed to you guys that was like the hardest thing I ever did in my life. And I almost felt like I was admitting defeat by doing it. But now that she's doing it, she's doing an amazing job of it, by the way. Don't tell her I told you that. But it's allowing me to really spend time understanding how to build $1 billion company. And I've read tons of books about it. And I've talked to lots of people that have big major companies. I remember having an incredible conversation with Kevin O'Leary about this subject. And it's really what gave me the confidence to make the decision with Tammy. But here's what I really want to talk to you about today. If you're going to scale a business, if you want to have a business that's making millions of dollars and has tons and tons of employees in it, you have to realize, number one, most important thing, that people are not going to join your business and take the jobs that you offer because of the widgets you make. They're just not going to. What they're going to join the business for is if you have somebody at the helm, you or the CEO or whoever's in charge, whoever runs the joint, that person has to be somebody that can cast a vision, share a message, inspire people to understand where we're all going together and why we do things every day. I know if I look back at my jobs that I liked the most when I was in policing, I always loved working for the manager who understood where we were going as a team. On my SWAT team, it was all about, protection and safety and helping each other and working as a team together. And he instilled these values into me so much that I went to work every day because I was excited about those values. It wasn't even about the work that I was doing. So now in my businesses today, what I've realized as the CEO, my job primarily, and this is why I put Tammy in place so I could focus on it, is inspiring our staff members, inspiring our team. If I can help each and every team member to understand how they're an important piece of the puzzle, and the puzzle together is building $1 billion company, and we're all going to win together. And when we're $1 billion company, every one of the employees is going to make more money than they've ever made and all that stuff, then they get it. And if they really start to see me operating in that way, then they're going to start to believe it. So you want to be able to, as the CEO of the company, if you really want to inspire people and you want to create an amazing company with low retention issues, meaning everybody wants to work there, nobody wants to leave, step one for you is to know so clearly where you're going that it's very easy to articulate that and help other people to see it. Because if you can do that one thing, then every day when people are coming to work, they're not coming to work thinking, oh, I'm going to go make another widget. Oh, I got to go control this thing. Oh, I got to read another freaking complaining email in the support emails. It won't be any of that. They'll be excited about going to work every day because they know the path that you're on and why you're doing it. Then the second thing to that, I think the second part of the CEO's role and the second part of my role is to mentor the senior managers. So in my companies right now, I have 7 people that report directly to me. These are the senior managers in our businesses. And my job with them is the most important job in the whole company because these 30 people, I haven't even met some of them. And when we double to 60 people, I won't know many of them at all. And the year after that, when we're 200 people, I might know 30 of them. But the people I'm going to know are the senior managers, my direct reports. Now, what do I have to do with them? I have to teach them how to lead people. I'm not going to teach them how to do their freaking jobs. I'm hiring them because they can do their job. So the guy that runs my finance department, I spend very little time telling him how to put the numbers in the books. I expect he knows how to do that. And he provides reports to us at the end of the month that prove to us that he knows how to do that. The guy that runs marketing, I'm not sitting in his office every day asking him to prove to me he knows how to run an ad. That's why I freaking hired him. What my job is with each of our managers is to teach them the importance of understanding that every person that works for them is a human being and that they deserve the same respect that they get from me, and to set an example for those managers so they can see how I treat them. And I tell them, I want you to treat everybody that works for you the same way I treat you. So it's creating a culture. That's part two. If you build your business the right way, you're eventually going to get to a point where you've got a Tammy Stanley that's running your business as the president, and you get to focus on two simple things: creating the vision for where the ship is going, steering it in the right direction, and making sure that you build a culture. The best culture in any company to build is one that starts with you. Focus on making yourself the right leader, the best leader, your health, your fitness, your attitude, the way you communicate with people. And if you do that properly and you tell your managers, this is really important. I think one of the biggest mistakes that CEOs make is they don't openly have these conversations. They don't know how to. They feel like it's weird and it's icky and it's all interpersonal and a kumbaya and huggy, and they don't want to do it. Well, if you don't talk about this stuff openly, they don't know you're saying it. So what I do with all my managers, my direct reports, I tell them that I live my life trying to be the best person I can, the way I communicate with people, the way I talk to people, the way I act around people. And I'm doing that for two reasons. Number one, it makes me a better leader and more people like me. And number two, I'm giving them an example that I want them to follow. I want them to do the same thing with their people that I do with them. And you know what the most important part about this whole rant is? You don't wait until you have direct reports. Don't wait until you've got people working for you who have people working for them. Don't wait for any of that. If you truly want to get to where I am, or you want to get further where I am, you got to start doing this stuff today. Start by focusing on you, body, mind, and spirit. Start by focusing on eating properly, getting to the gym, reading, developing. Become the best version of yourself so that when you've got those people that report to you, you don't have to figure out how to act and you've already created that person. Anyway, that's enough. Barely drank any of this damn coffee today. Again, like I said before, if you like these Coffee with Ken episodes, whether it's in the car or in the office, if in the coffee shop or in the studio, if you like these types of videos, then go into the comments and make sure you tell me that you do. Tell me what you liked about it. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, put them in the comments, and I'll be back with you sometime in the near future for another cup of coffee.